I saw a quote. No, actually, I stole some audio and made a TikTok
No
from
one
another
wants to hear
creator's
this,
video, and
but
the
they
audio was
fucking
this.
hate that you don't abide by the same imaginary rules they force themselves to fucking live under.
And that's exactly what it's been like for me ever since I woke up or deconstructed. It didn't happen overnight. Everything didn't happen at once. There were little things that, oh, I started to question this and I started to look at this way. And those little thoughts were holes that were being poked in my faith, or at least my very perception of systems that I was made to believe were real that weren't really real. I'm Siobhan from Siobhan Speaks Social, and we are starting a new 12 episode series called It's a Scam. You guys remember the one girl who had the It's a Scam thing on TikTok, and then we all stitched it, and then I don't know, she got famous, but I know a lot of us got lots of views from her intro, right? That's the first thing I think about. Like, what is a scam? Something that you believe, that most of us believe, that you may have woken up to, or maybe you want to be woken up to. That's what this series is all about. And it isn't meant to shame you if you didn't understand or see these things, because you have no idea how much I hate that when I share my deconstructing stuff or what I learned in Bible college, and then I got some smart ass in the comments like, yo, you had to go to college to learn that. I've been doing that when I was younger. And I'm just looking at them. Well, it's comments, but I'm just to myself, I'm like, God, this isn't a flex like you think it is. This whole capitalistic system thrives off of competition. This whole capitalistic system, which is also very much a scam, thrives off the fact that instead of seeing your brother or your sister who has a skill that you don't, and you have a skill that they don't, instead of seeing it as, oh snap, we can help each other, you see it as, oh, I'm better than him because I know about this. And meanwhile, he knows about this, and you don't have a clue. A great example is, again, with my clients as a trainer. When I first started, I used to feel so inferior to doctors and lawyers or anybody with money, because I'm like, they got it all figured out and I'm still trying to figure it out, and yada, yada, yada. And what helped me be able to walk in and know that I know my shit and they know their shit and they can stay in their lane and I'm gonna stay in my lane is exactly that. Like, so they chose to go and learn, or life handed them the experiences where they were able to learn what they did, and I did. Same exact thing happened here. I know how to lose weight, build muscle, gain it back, go into a cut, go into a deficit. I can make my body like a Play-Doh. Like, I know how to do that. And so I take that skill and I go help people that don't know how to do that. There's no need for me to feel like, oh, I'm better than them because I'm in shape. And there's no need for them to be like, oh, I'm better than them because I'm richer. But this is exactly what capitalism has done. And that's why I feel so motivated to strip that bitch wide open and talk about the different sectors in which you can see the scams in real life. Capitalism turns us against each other and makes us capitalize off of each other's pain points instead of collaborating so that we can build and grow together. Capitalism have made us so much more competitive instead of collaborative. This is a direct result of the patriarchy, which has manifested itself in many different ways, but in this series we're going to be talking mainly about capitalism, because much like white supremacy and much like patriarchy, it is a sick cycle that continues to repeat itself as long as nobody's there calling it out and regulating it. And capitalism, much like unchecked patriarchy, when it goes without being checked, the results are catastrophic, except for the person capitalizing off of it, or the male at the top. So my intention with this series is to help you develop discernment if it wasn't already there, so that you can start to see things through, like, I guess, a neurodivergent lens, and start being heavy on that pattern recognition, because that's all this is my pattern recognition with experiencing these things as a Christian, as a coach, as a just every experience in life. I've been able to step back and categorize them like, oh snap, this is all of these places. So I'll be breaking these down in the different industries so you can clearly see them. We're going to be breaking down the wellness space. We're going to be breaking down the spiritual spaces, then straight like corporate scams, and then the collective scams that are present in all of humanity. We're going to be breaking those down. What's going to make this series a little different is that you usually see stuff like, oh, the downfall of this, or what's trending right now is that everyone's like, oh, Florida's cooked. This is cooked. A lot of those people are just borrowing videos from other people's content, which is awesome because I still watch them. But I'm going to be sharing my personal experiences, real life stories about how I have seen these things manifested. Meaning, I don't care if these topics are trending. I want this junk to sit here. I want it to be like a library or a resource that you guys can come back to, because this work is never fully over, as you know. And yes, I know a lot of my followers still are very much like believers, and I get that. You believe in God, and I love that for you. But ask yourself, when is the last time that God has come down and intervened in human affairs outside of the Bible? It's been about 2,025 years, and everyone is still waiting, including people in Gaza and Sudan and just all over the world, people suffering. So I need you, if you're a believer, to put some works behind your faith so that it can, actually be real faith. Like if you truly believe God is good, be the hands and feet of God and do the work of dismantling these systems like Jesus was here to do. If you're not a believer, then cool. I hope you just enjoyed that little part. But regardless, what we allow continues. So we need brave people to stand up and stand in the gap, because the truth of the matter is, again, what we allow continues. And a lot of what we are experiencing in America and in the world as a whole, well, one, everybody didn't have guns. And, we got taken over. No, I'm not super pro-gun. What I am saying is that it's time for us to rise up. What we allow continues. There are strength in numbers, and we need to start using them. So if you'll join me in this there's going to be 12 episodes, but like 4-part series where we're diving into those different areas. I want to get this finished by December so that when December comes around, we can start deconstructing Christmas. So join me on our first episode of the It's a Scam series on the Siobhan Speaks Social podcast. And since I'm a holistic women's fitness coach, you already know which one we're going to start off with. Weight loss, specifically for women. Let's do it.